In this video, I'll talk to you about how to prepare for a hackathon and do well, as well as I'll tell you things that judges like seeing when they're reviewing your project. So, if you want to do well in your next hackathon, stay tuned. First things first, what is a hackathon? Hackathon is a kind of coding competition used to test out your knowledge and compete with other programmers in whatever sphere you're doing. So those can be online or in person, depending on which one you are looking at. Popular website which is used for looking at hackathons and searching for one is DevPost. There are hackathons without coding or with it for AI or web development. Whichever one you do, you can always find something. Most of them are online. You can work in a team or as one person, it doesn't matter. So that's what a hackathon is. And the point of a hackathon is that you have to write code in a specific period of time. So from, let's say, one day to other day, and you can't code before that to prepare code snippets or anything like that, because that's against the rules. So if you can't write code before starting a hackathon, before the starting date, then what can you do? Several of the things you can do to prepare is to create a plan of deadlines and what you want to do. So you can come up with an idea, which is the main part of the project. If idea is good, then your project is most likely to succeed. If idea is not so good, not so organized, then it's most likely not gonna do much. And once you have the idea, you have to plan out, like break it down into steps in what you're gonna do with it. And after you break it down, you have to decide, like considering deadlines of the hackathon. Like for example, if a hackathon is a week, you can say that for the first day, you're gonna create a landing page. Next 2 days, you're creating authentication, and after that, you're creating the project itself. Unless they will be the presentation, the essay for it, the README files, the organizing everything. I always recommend that the last day will be just for organizing everything when your project is already done. If you're creating a website, then it will be a good idea before the hackathon starts to create the Figma files with a mockup or something similar, or just a design, so you will know what to build. And even if your project isn't a website, you can still come up with a tech stack you will use, or with libraries and frameworks you will be using for it, as well as other things like the pain points that can come up and how you will be able to solve them, or do research on the background of the topic that you chose to do your project on. Something that judges love seeing in your project is a lot of try it links. So for example, I'm a web developer and I do a lot of full stack websites, which I really like to include beautiful UI UX designs in them. So when I create a website, what I use to as a try it links is a GitHub repo link, a live demo link, Dribble link, Behance link, LinkedIn post, which I usually create just to show people what I do. So 5 different links to the project that I made. You don't need to do that much. I recommend just using 3. So GitHub, Dribble, and live demo. As well as important part, which is really important and most hackathons require it, is to create a video which shows your project's demonstration. So it will show how your project runs and work, and you should explain it in the video. You don't need to show your face, just your screen and how the project works. This is very appreciated by judges since it helps them to understand your projects much better. It's really important to follow rules and guidelines of the hackathon, because violating any of the rules can lead to disqualification and any other problems which are obviously not preferred. So I recommend before the hackathon, do not start coding and only come up with ideas, plannings, and design, which is the best you can do if you want to succeed in a hackathon. And while a hackathon is going, something I really recommend doing is making sure you will have enough time at the end. So as I said before, the last day should just be dedicated to organizing and submitting everything. And hopefully you'll submit everything the day before, unless the hackathon is like really short timed. So there's some hackathons that are like 24 hours, 48 hours, and others that are like 3 months or so. It all depends on the one you choose, and it's neither good or bad, it's just different. And I wish you luck on your next hackathon, and I hope you succeed.